All right, we're going into the vault today. Mattaponi Springs by Ralph Perkins Jr. All right, I'll be honest. I struggled off the tee on this round. I've been away from the sim for a week and it sure showed. What did save me on this course was my short game and my wedges. And that kind of leads me into my point of Ralph Perkins has a short course designed for this game, Mattaponi Springs Short, where he's actually taken this course and actually made a short course from it. We all have par 3 tees on our courses, or we should have, but he actually made a dedicated short game course for us. So go download that if you need a nice 3-putt to start. Beautiful garbage 3-putt. If you want to go practice your short game, there is actually this dedicated short course game from Ralph on this one. So here we go, hole 2. And I know it's not looking too bad right now, but hey, I did not hit the ball well here. I was really short off the tee. I just didn't feel good today. I didn't feel like I had it, but I really wanted to record this course for you because she's a beaut. This course is called what I call From the Vault. I do want to feature some older courses. It's funny when I say older courses in GSPro because we're talking like a year old or less. It's funny, somebody mentioned on Facebook, there's some Go Play Whistler. It's a great old course. Dude, I released that in July. But that's basically how it's going now. Things are moving so quickly here. And this course was, this course was one of the initial courses that really got us moving forward with a lot of new techniques. And you can see it here. I mean, the grasses, the trees, the blending, the sat overlay. I'll touch briefly upon all those right now. This was a nice shot. This was probably my best shot of the day. There it is, thumbs up from Rusty, a nice birdie. Don't even have to worry about putting on this. But Ralph was basically here almost a pioneer with a lot of things we're using today. One of them being the GSPro, and I talked about that on my last video, Bear Dance, how we're basically, everybody is using that to plant now for all their courses, and it's a wonderful tool, a wonderful asset. This was brand new at this point. There's basically him and Stingray that had kind of gotten the idea to use GSPro, and I was an early adopter also on. But basically this showed me what I could do on Predator by using GSPro that Ralph had used on this. And there was no documentation on this. Now guys can go in there. There's a ton of documentation, a ton of videos to really help them plant. There was none of this back then. So Ralph was basically winging it here, and he did just a phenomenal job. And he also helped Stingray write a lot of the documentation manual that we have now that guys can come and use, and really adopted some early methods of the GSPro planting and biomes that we use and stuff like that. Along the water, he helped a lot of us out. So kudos to him. And again, this is why this course is featured and will always be one of my favorites, is because this course is truly groundbreaking. All right, how are we doing here? We're going on to hole 6. Currently, surprisingly, -1 somehow, despite the garbage that I'm throwing up, which is nice and straight, just not long today at all. I just didn't seem to have the length that I normally have, which is fine. That was a decent shot. This course was built at a time when we used to use, there was not a ton of info for us out there yet. There was these, oh, that's a garbage shot. Nice shot, Rusty, off the toe. There wasn't a lot of documentation out there for use this time. We had the old None to Done videos. You designers will recognize that series that John Meyer had done for us. But things were changing so quickly that it wasn't long before it was outdated, and it was a ton of work by John. Now guys will come on there. Ooh, another birdie, -2. All right, maybe I'm not doing so bad. I just remember it being a lot worse. Anyway, Now the videos have been redone by Mattaponi, and they're fantastic. Like these guys coming in now, they just got to follow instructions and they can get a beautiful course built just basically following these instructions. Where guys like Ralph and myself early on in Predator, there was a ton of stuff that was changing so quickly. We had no idea. Look at this putt. Look at this putt. Almost drained it from like, so, oh, yes. Oh, Rusty in the corner thinking I drained it. But a nice par nonetheless. That was my best putt of the day. I think that was like 70 feet. I can't remember what it was, but fantastic. So basically, you know, Ralph had to go use these none to done videos by John, and there was a lot of wing in it, and he did a great job, and a lot of time spent on the terrain between gaps. The guys used to play this game for a bit. You'll remember when the ball used to drop below a mesh and then plant itself back up. That's usually a gap in the mesh between the mesh terrain and the Unity terrain, which I kind of touched on a bit with Bear Dance, but ooh, just blew it by. Another lipper for par. You'll notice a lot of these rock walls too. Ralph was one of the first developers of these rock walls, talking with the dev on this asset and got him to work with him on that. Ooh, flyover. Must be good. If I'm giving you a flyover, we know it's good. Look at that texturing. Look at how well this is done. This is way before its time. We've got some cars in the parking lot in the background. Just really, really well done. The only thing I'm giving Ralph a tough time about this, and Ralph, I know you're listening. I hope on version 4 when we get these new tools, ooh, that was a spray off the tee. Anyway, buddy, nice 3D grass. Custom tee markers and some hole signs, buddy. And flags. Come on, you can do it. Don't be lazy. I want to see that on version 4. All right. Anyway, just a fantastic job by Ralph on this, kind of moving us forward and getting us just to build better courses and see what we could do. All right, how are we doing here? We are, what shot am I? We're on the 9th. Par 4, let's see if I can get it in there. Yep. Oh, bogey. Oh, man. All right, I should really pay attention to what I'm doing. And kudos to P. Wade here. He suggested on my videos here that maybe I should hide the UI on the shot, which I've done, giving you just more of the view of the course. This is really what you're here for. You're not really here to watch my garbage golf game. All right, you're here to see kind of what I'm talking about with these courses and how they're being developed. All right, that's a nice shot. A little long, but I'll take it. All right. Another area I want to touch on with this course that was really ahead of its time with Ralph is the SAT overlay. It was one of the initial courses to kind of use this. A lot of us at this point were using, we call it the dual texture meshes. So if you look on a lot of the earlier courses, you won't see this kind of shading. You'll see basically just the standard meshes. So he is kind of one of the first ones to develop this SAT overlay and really worked and developed it and got us to a point where we could all start to kind of see the benefits of it. So between that and the 3D grass, I'm assuming he spent a ton of time tweaking the colors. I know I'm half of my course building I'm spending in Photoshop right now, tweaking colors and 3D grass, and he was kind of the first one on this course to kind of really bring that forward. And when this course came out, everybody, I remember Cook said this course is the top course on GSPro at this moment, just because of what he'd done with these advanced techniques with the satellite overlay, with the VS Pro grasses and planting with the water. And he also nailed the reflections. He's one of the first guys to nail the reflections on the water, and everybody was just in awe of it. So while this course may seem like a lot of the courses now coming out, at the time, this course was the best course on GSPro, and arguably still is. It always comes up in the conversation as the top course or visually stunning course on the forums, online, on the Facebook. All right. My God, that was a toey shot, all arms. Where are we at here? 12th hole. Oh, that's not a bad shot. A little bit about Ralph now. Now, Ralph is, you may recognize the name. He is the guy that does the GSPro tips. He's got his own YouTube channel, so I will link that channel in the description here. Oh, beautiful. Look at that water reflection. But anyway, if you're new to the game, you want to learn about all the kind of inside tricks and stuff like that, I'm going to point you to Ralph's channel. So go in the description below and follow it. Beautiful, beautiful water there, Ralph. Really, really well done. A little bit about Ralph. It's interesting. He started as a chef and then, or cook in the Army, sorry. And then he became a chef for the, oh, nice shot, for the Secretary of Defense at the Pentagon. Now, I wanted to ask him more about that, but I'm assuming he'd have to kill me, so I just left it at that. He did the natural progression from chef to IT. He started his own IT firm in about '99, and he's been doing that ever since. He's owned his own company ever since. He started playing golf back in the '90s, and like many of us during COVID, you know, being in the house, that's when he started to play sim golf and stuff like that. He bought a quad and was one of the first guys to have the quad transition onto GSPro. All right, how are we doing here? Not too bad. Not a great chip. Still doing not too bad. 14th hole. All right. Oh, another. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Just dejected bogey. Back to even. Look at the flyovers, too. And the funny thing was with this course is this is before the hole transitions, and he's filled it so well. He doesn't even have to go back. A lot of my courses now with the new hold. Oh, I'm having a sip of coffee after that bogey. I'm saying, yeah, no problem, man. Sim and golf, I'm loving it. Let's carry on. Anyway, back at this here. How we doing? Little open face on that drive. Oh, God. Hit the trees. Give me a shot. Yep, I got a shot. All right, we're looking good here. Beautiful 3D grass. Loving it. This course is fantastic. I do love it. I do play it a lot with the boys when they come over. And generally what we'll do is, because we're all old ass now, we'll do an auto putt and we'll do like Mattaponi short or something like that after, just because we got another few beers to drink. So we'll play something short where we can kind of run through it quickly. Nice putt there for a par. All right, heading to 16 now. Okay, is this, see the little rock work on 16 there, the wall on 16? Yeah, this is flyover worthy for sure. Again, appreciate there was nothing like this at the time, like the water reflections, groundbreaking stuff. Like this is just, I think Ralph said the rocks around the water, he planted like 10 times trying to get it perfect. You guys, us OCD guys, you guys win from that because we're truly never happy with the course and we'll always keep tinkering. I plan on having no more than 5-6 courses total and just going to use new methods. When V4 comes out, I am strictly going to update all my courses in V4 and just kind of keep playing from there and keep updating. That's kind of what was my goal initially. Was I didn't want a ton of courses because I wanted to kind of stick with new methods and stuff like that. Oh, good shot. Good shot. Actually, that was a terrible shot. I'm looking at the camera right now saying, yeah, that was so toey. I think I hit on the black behind my mat. It was so far back, but I luckily got lucky and actually managed to get a birdie on that hole. I thought maybe I could have an eagle, but again, look at that water, the rock work. Here we go, 17th hole. Oh yeah, another flyover. This course is so good. All right, how am I doing here? 128. I've got my pitching wedge here. Yeah, that's a pitching wedge for sure. A little short, 120 yards. That's about right for my pitching wedge. Let's see if I can nail this for a bird. Come on, come on. Oh, so close. All right, off to the 18th hole. Feeling pretty good about myself right now. He had some help from a guy named Captain Timo on a lot of the structures on this. And Captain Timo helped me on Tower Ranch. And I haven't seen that guy or heard from him in like 6-7 months. Timo, where are you, buddy? Come back to us. We need guys, blender guys, to come and back with us. And that's the building you see in the background there. Just beautiful course. Well done. I think he said DP Roberts. Ralph said DP Roberts helped him with that rock wall on 18 here on the approach. Oh, yes. Okay, I just want to get out here with a 2-putt so I can go 1 under and done. Not my best striking round, but had a lot of fun on this course. I love this course. 71 on a par 72. I'll take it on not a good striking day. And of course at the end here, there it is, right? I've already got the short course done. There's Mattaponi Springs. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this. Stay tuned for another.